Hello there. Let's start with the postman. So first route is the doctor's register. So let's register a doctor by using name, email, name, and password and confirm password and send the request. User doctor created successfully. ID doctor name email. Okay. Moving to the next route. I am following these readmes. It is already created by me. Okay. Uh, Here it is. We have to copy paste in this. And what is for email and password? We have to pass to login for login. Okay. So just email and password. Okay, email is this, password is this. Just send the request and we have got our token that is used for the JWT authentication by the doctor. Okay, so now moving to the next route. What is the next route? Next route is register the patient by with the help of doctor. Okay, only doctor is able to register the patient. Just copy these and what we have to pass, obviously name, not email. Password, I am putting password as the same as the doctor. Okay, and also the name as same as the doctor. And contact, 4 fields are there. And also we have to pass this token. It is just generated in the header. Okay, this is the token that I've already used. Okay, so new token is this. Pass the header in this and just send the data. Okay, user patient created successfully, ID is, and here is, I think there is one interesting thing is there. When you doctor register patient, there is a message came on the patient's number saying, hello Rishabh Agarwal, your password is this, keep it for future reference. Yeah, isn't it cool thing? Yeah, obviously it is cool thing. Let's move to the next route. Next route is create report by the doctor, and we have to pass the ID and status and comments. Okay, so just copy pasting these things, and instead of ID I am just putting ID of the patient. Okay, and I also have to pass, not necessary to pass, it is not necessary to do a password because I already do authentication check with the help of this JWT authentication. Okay, and we have to pass status, not name, status and comments, positive admit, not get told. Okay, just sending the data. Report is created successfully, and this report is created as a doctor. Okay, always doctor create this report. Report is created successfully, and ID of this is patient this, doctor this, status this. Okay, all these things are there. So moving to the next part is viewing all reports. This is the patient's part. Okay, patient must be able to view their all the reports that till the date now. Just he or she pass the patient ID, okay, in the params, and I think there is no need of these authorizations, so uncheck them. And also we have to pass the patient's password. Patient password is, I think, yeah, 1 2 3 4 5, obviously, and check this status and comments. Let's send the data, and here, and obviously there is only one report created by me now, so only there is one report there. And if there are multiple reports, there are arrays of reports. Yeah, see this array, and there is lots of report, all the reports are there in this. Okay, now moving to the next route. Next route is used by doctor to filtering the patient report on the basis of their status. Okay, so let's copy these things, and we have to pass the status mean status is here, that is positive admit. Okay, control C and just control V, and checking the authorization because we are doing these things as a doctor, so we have to pass the JWT bearer token. And in the body we have to pass nothing, I think, yes, we have to pass nothing in the body. Just send the data, and here is the details. Patient with provided status, that is, the status is positive admit. Positive admit status is this. Only one report is there. Obviously I have created only one report, so there is only one report. Report ID is this. I am populating the patient's detail, I am populating the doctor's detail, and there is a status, and there is comments, created and waited, all these things. So now let's move to the code part. I am done with the postman part. Okay, so starting with the patient report, starting with the user's doctor basically. Okay, first you have to register the doctor by simply checking all the confirm password is or no checks, classical checks, and we have to find the data. If not found, only then we have to create a doctor, and I am using bcrypt for encrypting the passwords before saving into the database, and just creating the doctor, new doctor here. And just returning the response with all the details entered by the doctor. Okay. And yes, if the doctor already exists, just send this message, user doctor already exists. Okay. And this is the controller for the login. Doctors logins with the help of their password and with the help of their email, and when it logins, it generates the JWT token with the help of this key hospital API, and it converts doctor's data into a key that is very long. It already see in the postman part. Okay. And also doctor have to note this key, and it is used as a authorization token in all the routes. Okay. So next, moving toward the user's patient route. Okay. User's patient route is nothing there. It's also the registration part, just confirming the passwords, and yeah, there it is. If the data is not found, then only create the patient. And I'm instead of email, we can do it. I have to do it with the help of contact or phone number. And here is I have given a flexibility to the doctor, and if the at the time of registration, if doctor does not provide password to the patient's registration, so it automatically generates a random password and send it to the text of the patient. See, here is the message. Here is the message of the password. We can enter it on our own, or we can not enter it. It automatically generates the password and send it to the patients. Okay. This is the message for the report that we have created. I am sending the message to the patients on creating the password and on the creating the reports. Okay. So moving to the next, um, just encrypting the passwords before saving to the database. Nothing fancy. And here is the setting of the sending the message to the patient that is provided at the time of registration number. And this is the just the hello patient name, and your password is this and all that thing, and just returning the response of the patients. And if the user already exists, patient already exists, just return these response. Okay. Now moving towards the patient report part. In patient report, what we have is, we have first we have to create the report with the help of the passed ID through the params, and we have to find the patient with the help of this ID, and just creating the report. And after creating the reports, again I am sending the message uh, to the patient's number. Hello patient, your status is this, and any extra comments that is given by the doctor. Extra comments is totally optional thing. Doctor is provided, if it is required, it is provided, and if it is not, that is not required in the database actually. Okay. And you have to just put your SID token and auth token and your from number, that is you have got from this website drive2ilu.com. I have used 2ilu.com for sending the message to the patient. Okay. And yes, if user not patient not found, then it's basically returns with the patient not registered. This is the view all report. This function is for basically for the patient to check all the reports for their self, and it just only takes the patient ID from the params, and fetching all the reports to the database. And if there is no reports, just returning no reports found. If at least there is one report, we are displaying that all the reports there. Okay. And if there is password entered by the user by the patient is wrong, then just return your password doesn't match. Okay. So cool thing in that is, I think this message sending which I am using Twilio. So cool thing is that, okay, when there is a message sent to the patient, there is must be a message ID generated and printed in the console. So it's the proof actually. When the message ID is printed in this console, it's the proof that yes, message is sent successfully to the patient's number. Okay. So that's it from the controller, and it's just the nested things, that slash API and just slash v1. And from Jack doctors, we can go to the user's doctor, and sort of slash we can do the patient report, and from patients we can go to the user's patient. Okay. So, and this JWT thing is the authentication for the doctor, instead of using the passwords every time. Okay. So that's it from my side. Okay, cool, bye.